Thank you for your question. Beginning in February, World Mission began a process of discreet inquiry among our global partners. You'll recall that 2 years ago, after the decision was made regarding ordination standards in our church, there were some ramifications in our relationships with global partners. The Mexican Presbyterian Church broke relations with us, as did 2 other Presbyterian churches. Those decisions have not been implemented as of yet. Because of that, we began conversation with global partners in countries around the world. Of the approximately 140 global partners with whom we have relationships, we got a sense from about 97 of them what their feelings would be. Let me caution the Assembly that these were conversations. We were not able, nor did we feel it advisable, to ask a point-blank question to an official of a partner church. This is a discussion that is difficult and sometimes volatile in some cultural contexts. To give you the results of that conversation, about 40 of our global partners responded that they would have no public reaction, or perhaps that they supported these changes. Some of them have made this change themselves in their own context. Approximately 35 of our global partners indicated that they would, that this decision, a change in the definition of Christian marriage, would damage relations with their church. About 6 of our global partners indicated that they would be forced to issue public statements against our decision, and 17 or 18 expressed that they would need to break relations with our church, which would have an impact in the way that we engage in mission together. Let me say again, this, as you can tell, it would be difficult for any of us to estimate what this assembly would do when confronted with this decision. It's even more difficult in other cultural contexts. So these are not hard and fast numbers, but merely estimates based on conversations with partners around the world. Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you, Dr. Farrell.
In August of last year, the National Presbyterian Church of Mexico chose to break relationships with our denomination. We were forced to relocate 7 of our mission workers who were working in Mexico, some who had been working there for more than 3 decades. We were forced to close down some projects and forced to transfer some of our work to other ecumenical partners. I would anticipate this would be the case when or if we make this decision and other global partners choose to break relationships with us. I hope that answers the question.
Okay.
Mr. Moderator.
Ms. Moiso.
I understood the question to also be, what do we do to restore relationships? Is that correct, the person who was asking the question? I just want to check. That in these situations, are there things that we do to extend those relationships or to rebuild them? Is that correct?
Can everybody hear me? Okay, so, it was more like restore, but instead of like restore, what are we gonna do? Like, if somebody says, oh, we don't like your decision, like, what are we just gonna do? Like, not restore, just like an action.
Okay.
So, does that make sense?
Do you want to call on Hunter again, or is that enough?
Dr. Farrell, do you have anything further on restoring relationships, overseas relationships?
We will be continuing to work with the National Presbyterian Church of Mexico to restore relationships. We're open to that relationship and look forward prayerfully to the day when we can work again hand in hand with the Mexican Presbyterian Church.